Give us an introduction of yourself.
So my name is Ben Ramos. I come from Corpus Christi, Texas. That's where I was born. I guess, I don't know, high school, I guess I'll start there. Just soccer, interest in sports. Graduated, went to college in San Antonio, been here ever since, and now I'm teaching. Went to college for biology, but I ended up getting another degree, and then I went to law school. That's pretty much a little background of me.
All right. Well, we're just here to ask you a couple questions. So our first question is, what inspired you to be a teacher?
Okay, honestly, what inspired? I was broke. I had graduated law school. I had not yet sat for the bar, and then the student loan payments had came in, right? So first I started substituting, and I liked it, so that was just like a temporary thing, so I kind of fell in love with it, but it wasn't paying enough, so then I was like, I need to make a career if I'm not going to go sit for the bar yet. So then I became a teacher, but I fell in love with it, and I liked it.
Uh-huh. Well, then what did you major?
Biology in college. That's what I have a BS in biology, and then I have a BA, which is another bachelor's degree in philosophy. So I guess those two majors.
So, I mean, you're a biology teacher. Do you think that major has helped you in the long run?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
100%. So I taught physics first, and that bio major, like, we have to take physics, so I was able to do that. But 100%, I feel like, I don't know if y'all know, like, collectively over the last 6-7 years, right, we always place around third in the district. We're never gonna beat YWLA or Young Women's. They like they crop, right, their kids and like select only the top of the top. They have like 100% passage rate. Then St. Philip's or Fox or us will come in second, and usually for sure I've never been lower than third. But I would say that comes from or stems from my content knowledge, like because I know biology well, I could teach the kids biology pretty well. So yeah, I think it it has definitely helped with that for sure.
Well, knowing and having the experience you have, do you regret your major?
No. Biology was legit. Interestingly, I might kind of regret law school instead of med school. Right? Why didn't I just go to med school? I know why I didn't. I was like, that's a harder test. LSAT was easier, so I just did the easier thing. But I found myself even then and now, and like when I'm teaching biology, like I'm just teaching. I could be like in a lab doing stuff if I had pursued that more. And that would have always been like my dream job. But no, I don't regret that. I'm actually glad I also have the philosophy one. That was because, just to let y'all know, I messed up in college and I started dropping courses. And then because I'm FAFSA, you have to be 12 hours to be full-time. So I just started unloading these like off classes, just philosophy. Before I knew it, about 2 years later, kids were like, hey, are you a philosophy major like us? And I was like, no, I'm a bio. And they were like, how many classes do you have? And I calculated I just need like 3 or 4 more to get that degree, so I just did it also. But yeah, I messed up quite a bit. But I don't regret that one either. That one though, you can't make much money with, just to be real with. So if I had only had that, my answer would be different. For sure, if I did a major in philosophy and that's all I had, and you would ask me now, do I regret it? I'd say yes, because I spent 40 grand for a degree that's probably given me a job I can't really pay back much. But the bio degree helps. I could get a lot of jobs at that, so don't regret that one.
Okay, well, we were kind of on the topic earlier, but what else would you have studied if not biology?
If not biology, it was always going to be probably just microbiology or biology, one of those. If not, realistically, like with success, I don't know. But I would have probably took a stab at physics. But I don't think I would have been successful at physics. Like I would have probably got the degree, but not like as well as in biology. If I could go back and change a degree, I'd probably still just do biology. Yeah. I'd probably do it better, not have to do the philosophy, meaning I would have stayed more focused on school, right? This is college years, you're gonna have fun, but just manage yourself, meaning don't go.
Yeah, you seem like on the path of like biology and like scientific stuff. Did you explore any other careers?
Well,
branches.
Like I worked in a lab for a little while at a hospital, like just briefly, but that's still bio. I mean, if you're asking jobs, not careers, but have I had many jobs? Yeah, like Whataburger, HEB, right? I worked at movie theaters. In law school, I actually did. We worked for the Center for Social legal justice, so I did taxes for people, but there's immigration there, family law and all that. But no, I didn't really ever, I sold insurance for like 3 months, and I was like, nah, I don't like this. I wouldn't say I really truly tried a career. This would probably be the first, like, all right, I'm actually like diving into this as like a career. So yeah, I would say teaching would be the first true real one.
Well, you said you were like, you teach and then you realize that like, oh, you could be in a lab. Would you say you're happy with your teaching job?
Yeah. There's certain aspects. So like for sure, like if you had to ask me overall, like, do you like the job? For sure. Like it gives me a sense of purpose compared to all those other jobs I just listed, like waiting tables, working at HEB, whatever. Like it's just monotonous, same old. And while this is kind of same old from the year, like every year kind of is the same. I get a new cohort of kids. Every day is different with y'all. Like y'all make me laugh, honestly. Like it's a fun day. Teaching, I will say, sucks for this reason. It is way more than 40 hours a week. So from 8 to 4, if you do that calculation, right? 8 to 12 is 4 hours, and then 12 to 4, the other 4 hours. You do that times 5, 40-hour week, right? In 5 days. I have to grade, I have to email, I have to do stuff like lesson plan, even on the weekends. So you're putting in about 50-hour, 60-hour weeks, and you don't get paid like overtime. It's all salary. But purpose and meaning, like, I think this job gives that. It doesn't pay a lot. And then sometimes, like, there's downsides sometimes. But you just got to check yourself in terms of, like, when we do a lot and then the kids are, like, not appreciative, sometimes you can get mad. Like, they don't appreciate anything. At the end of the day, though, if you, like, I try to remind, it's just like, hey, like, 10 years from now, they'll look back and then they'll appreciate it. They didn't appreciate it right now. And that's what sucks for you, the planner. But 10, 20 years from now, they'll look back and be like, oh, that was cool, or I liked that. So you're still doing it for the kids. And like I'm saying, it actually does give me purpose than grabbing a plate and bringing it to your table, right? If that's not to speak down to that job anyway, like either, right? No job's beneath me. I'll clean toilets, I'll be custodial. But this one's even though it's a lot of hours, it's one of the most meaningful. It's when I wake up and I'm not like, they scheduled me today, right? Like when I work those other jobs, there's plenty of times where I'm like, I don't want to go in today. And not to say I've never had that, right? At teaching, I'm sure you get tired, but it's way less. Like I actually enjoy the job, so yeah. But I could use more pay. Pay would be better. Yeah. That would be dope.
Okay. Well, if you could give advice to your senior self, what would that advice be?
Where's this going? This video.
It's just a documentary exploring the lives of seniors here.
Who's gonna watch this? Kids? Like, are you showing this to a class?
I guess.
I hope F it, right? Because I hope y'all get this message too. Stop smoking weed every day. Go to class. Finish on time. Forget the girls. The girls will come. Like, have a little bit of fun, but do not focus on girls. Go to class, finish on time, meaning the 4 years college, if I could have told myself that, right? Then, if I was looking back, I might tell, like, if you do this other thing, law school is always an option for you, but go to med, or go do the CDC thing, the med school thing, assuming that also you did it right and graduated in 4 years so that it's not difficult. Stay on the path that you're on and get off smoking weed every day sooner. Like, you're gonna eventually, but, like, please do it now and don't fuck up in college and mess up, because I did that. And just time manage. But other than that, I don't know, that's just that. If I could have told my freshman self something, I would have said take high school a little more seriously so that you can get free money. So I'm a FAFSA kid, right, but I owe all that money back. I would have focused more on scholarships and grants so that I could go to college kind of for free. But if it's my senior self, it's like, hey, next year when you get into college, just stop doing these habits that you have right now. That would be it, probably. Maybe also try for a higher school at my time. UTSA is great now, like it's actually legit now. But maybe try to get to UT, like actually give it care, bend, and give some effort. But other than that, not much.
Well, that's pretty good advice. Do you have any advice for current seniors here at the school?
Yeah, for sure. If you're doing that, what I'm talking about, right? Save it for social times, weekends only. Time manage. In college, there's nobody pushing you. If you leave the house, right, you're living on your own. Time management is most important. I'm not saying don't have fun in college, have fun. Manage your time. Sorry, my phone's ringing. Meaning, like, go to class, study 3 or 4 days before the test. Maybe part-time job and work, but network when you're in college, meet people, so that when you graduate, jobs open up for you, because you're going to meet people in college that maybe have a mom or dad somewhere. So network, study, time manage, slow down on the partying, okay? If that's what you do a lot of. The parties will come, dude, and just think of it this way. If you're making really good money and you're 30 or 40, yeah, you're not youngish anymore, but those parties will be way more funner than if you're a broke 30-year-old or 40-year-old, right? Like, you're not going to really be able to party or vacation. So think of it that way. Put in the time now, you'll have fun later. So yeah.
Well, I mean, that's all the questions we have. Thank you so much for your answers. Thank you so much for your time.
I hope this is appropriate.